Hey guys, welcome to Boxing Squared for boxing news and views from around the internet. David Haye and Tony Bellew, the rematch, the remix, number 2. I'm really still trying to work out whether I should be excited about this or not. So this fight is set down for December 17th, a Sunday night at the O2 Arena just before Christmas. The thing that I enjoyed last time the most was the raucous press conferences with all the aggro. But I always expected that Haye would take care of Bellew in that fight. And then he got injured and he got beaten. But even before the injury, Haye looked well out of sorts. And I had Bellew right in it on my scorecard. But in a way, once that fight was done, I was kind of glad it was over. I'd become fatigued by it because the build-up was so long. It was like 5 months. So thankfully, this time around, the build-up is only half as long, about 2.5 months. And if you remember, Haye was acting like a bit of a twat before the last fight. He was saying all sorts of things about how bad he was going to hurt Bellew, put him in the hospital, his kids would never dad, all sorts of crazy stuff like this. It would be one of the worst mismatches of all time, and he'd retire Bellew, etc., etc. And given it blew up in his face and he suffered one of the most embarrassing losses in recent memory, this build-up, I think, it's never going to be the same. Haye will be more humble. And we've seen it in the opening press conference, where Haye was definitely more respectful, and to a degree he was giving Bellew his due. I mean, the picture he was painting, or should I say, selling, is one of redemption, one of revenge. He's coming back from being a broken man in body and spirit to beat his nemesis. So yeah, I'm just not quite sure if I should be excited or not. I mean, I want to be, but yeah, I don't know. I'm sort of on the fence about this fight at the moment. I probably would have been more jazzed about it if the rematch was maybe 3 months after the first fight. There would have been more hype still surrounding it, and maybe some of that ill feeling that sort of from the first fight that drew people in, maybe that would have carried over. But obviously Haye's busted Achilles and maybe potentially his spirit. That certainly prevented it happening. Clearly interest in the UK though is still high, with priority ticketing for the event at the O2 selling out almost immediately. And while that sounds impressive, I have no clue, no idea what that actually means in terms of actual tickets sold. But it appears that, with the general release still to come, they're going to be well on their way to a sellout. So I think it's, 20,000 or so at the O2? But in terms of the press conference, David Haye, he spoke about the fight being, the first fight that is, being good value for money, from the build-up through to the aftermath. And it left everyone with an opinion, it being a fight people will remember for years to come. And he is right. But more so for the fact that his body broke and his corner threw in the towel. I mean, no one was expecting what happened to happen. I mean, Bellew came in with a shot, but it wasn't much of one. So that injury in the 6th round, I think it was, that really threw the cat amongst the pigeons. But like I say, before that injury, his stance, everything didn't look like it was clicking. He didn't have the timing down. I mean, Bellew seemed to be dealing with him relatively easily. But anyway, so he told everyone how much he knew Bellew got paid. That Bellew didn't have to box again, but Bellew for some reason wants to do it again. And then Haye launched into this really long-winded analogy about robbing a bank and the robber coming back. But, now that the bank has changed and that there's some security guards and cameras at the bank and that sort of thing. I mean, needless to say, after a little while as he got deeper into this, the likes of Bellew, Eddie Hearn, and even Sky's Adam Smith, they were all starting to look at each other with this sort of what sort of look on their face. Here is a screenshot and up close, because I just had to sort of zoom in on it for you, of the look on Bellew's face. Classic. So he went on to add that his motivation is clear. Revenge. Plain and simple. He says he won't allow Tony Bellew to hear the final bell. And he said, while he said that before, he'll be doing everything humanly possible to ensure that result. So Bellew in response said what motivates him is what motivated him the first time, to get home safely. He said he enjoys fighting, he's got a screw loose, but he doesn't enjoy the training. He spoke about loving punching Haye in the face last time, and also loving being punched in the face in return. It was very interesting. I mean, I guess you got to have a little bit of that mentality to jump in the ring with guys that, the power and speed of someone like David Haye. Then again, the millions of dollars probably also helps. So Bellew did also address the weird bank robbing analogy that Haye had thrown out, saying Haye has clearly run out of insults and is now just talking nonsense. So he described the first fight, and he said, the bank robbing thing, don't know what you're talking about. First fight was an occasion where he jumped in the ring, he punched Haye senseless, then he went home to his family. So he wasn't sure what Haye was expecting in terms of a speech at the press conference, but he was just planning to go in, do the business again on December 17th, and then he promised to end David Haye's career, and the win would come faster this time. So confidence indeed. So I'll end this video now with 2 clips that Haye has posted on his social media from the press conference. So one is the face-off, and the second is Haye talking about the revenge side of things and getting the win the second time around.
You were saying on the stage there that you didn't think you'd get the chance for this fight, you didn't think you'd get a chance for a rematch. Do you feel you've got something to prove this time around?
Yeah, for sure. I lost the first fight, so it's all about revenge. For me, it's all about going in there, going in the ring and making sure that I come away with an emphatic victory. Just a win isn't really enough. I really want to make a statement in this fight. I believe I'm the best out there, so if that's the case, I need to really do a number on Tony Bellew. He's going to be in great shape. He proved a lot of doubt his first time round, but as I said before, he got away robbing the bank. He won't rob the bank twice. No one gets away with it 2 times.